Hey guys, it's Luane and I'm here with another tutorial. This one's a different tutorial. It's actually on how I made these flowers right here. I've had such a good time making these flowers. Like, they're so addicting, and the more I make them, the easier it is to make. And I don't know, it's just one of those things that, you know, once you get started, you just kind of can't stop. So I've been using a lot of the fabric that my mom gave me. So here's one of the flowers that I made, and this is using a very light and fluffy fabric. Fluffy because it's not heavy. There's this one, and there's this one here as well. This is 3 different types of fabric, and this little solid white one has hearts. The others are sheer fabric. And there's this one here, pretty lavender and pink. And this one, this is a little different one. And then this one here, this was actually the first flower that I made, and it's so gigantic and it's so heavy. And it's so heavy because the fabric that I used is kind of like a jean material. So this ended up being a very big and very, very heavy flower. So the die that I used to cut my petals is the Tim Holtz Tattered Florals, this one here. And this is the flower that I can't get enough of. I keep running out of this one. So I keep having to cut, you know, entire sets again. So I have a lot of the other ones, but this one, especially in the white, because I use it more often. So we're going to start off with our 1.5 inch piece of felt cut in a circle, and I've already glued all of my pieces with the exception of these little teeny tiny ones. So I'm just going to briefly go over how I glue my petals together. So I'm using 2 layers for this one. So you're going to place them on top of each other. You're going to offset them so that they're not completely and directly layered on top of each other, and you don't actually see the bottom layer. And you just add the tiniest bit of glue. You don't need a lot of glue. Like, you really just need a little bit. And you're going to fold it in a third. This technique here is no different than any other video that you've seen as far as how you fold it. You're going to add another little bit of glue, and this is what I do different. You still fold it over, you fold your last third over, but you squeeze on the top and the bottom, like that. Because I don't want my petals to be glued flat. I want them to still have some sort of, you know, fluff and volume. So if I do this, it doesn't get glued like in between all the layers. So I have like a perfectly, you know, cone-shaped petal. So that's this one, and I'm going to do these here. And again, this is the one that I've been using the most of. And this is the reason why I ended up making the tutorial, because I really wasn't going to do one. But somebody had requested that I do, and I hadn't seen any tutorials using this petal. And I'm pretty sure it's the leaf petal. So I figured, you know what, I'll just do it, and if it's not out there, then great, and if it's already out there, well, you know, then there's just one more video with the same technique on there. So you fold it in half, and I don't add any glue in the center when I fold it in half. Like, when I do this, I just fold it in half. I don't add any glue. The more glue you add to your flower, the stiffer the base of your petal gets, and I don't like that. So add a little bit of glue, and then fold this over, and again do the same thing. You press or you squeeze on the top and the bottom, like that. And all of your petals are folded the same exact way, nothing different. Like, this is how I folded my large petals, and obviously these petals and the leaf petals. Oh my god, I have so much glue under my nails. And these little ones I haven't folded yet because I don't know if I'm actually going to use them. Because depending on the placement of my petals, that will determine whether or not I will need a 4th layer. So I have my circle, my felt circle here, and I have 6 of these already made, and this is the large petal. It is this one here. So we are going to, I'm just going to kind of place them to see how much room I'll need. It's 3, 4, okay, so I'm pretty sure I can glue them. Okay, I'll do that. Alrighty, so, come back here, felt. So now the way I glue my petals down is, you know how when I fold it, you have both seams here or the last seam here, and you do this. Well, I squish it the other way so that my seam is right at the bottom. So that is where I add glue, and that is the piece that will be excuse me, glued down to my felt. I stick my finger in the cone shape because your petal ends up looking like a cone. So I do that and I squish it down. So there's my first one. And I prepped everything because I didn't want this to be a super long video, but I realized that gluing these petals down takes some time as well. Okay, so that's my second layer there, or my second petal. And you just keep gluing until all 6 of your petals are glued down. I don't know why I did it this way, but I always do it this way. I always glue one down and then I go to, whoa, that's a lot of glue. You don't need that much. You need like, seriously, like a tiny bit. Oh no. Okay. But I'll glue one and then I'll glue another one directly across from the one that I just glued. I don't know, it's just habit, I guess. So those are my 4 petals. And then my 5th here. And if you notice, for example, let's say you glue all of your petals down and your flower is bending the way it shouldn't. I'll show you in a second. Like if you layer all of your petals directly on top of each other, and if you don't kind of off-center them as well, once your flower is done, and if you can do this, that's obviously not good. So if you are worried about whether or not you're going to excuse me, layer your flowers properly, add a little piece of a paper circle or a paper punch. I have one right here because I did it for another flower. So you have your felt circle and just have a smaller piece of paper right in the center, and that'll give the base of your flower some stability. Just a little tip. Okay, so this is my first layer right here, and I mean you can already see it's super fluffy. Fluffy! Okay, so now we're going to add these other ones, which are the leaf. I don't know, I keep calling these leaf petal. I don't know if it's like a daisy petal or what, but it's this petal. This one right here. And you're going to glue it down the same way. You're going to find your seam and make sure that is glued down. That is your bottom, so that's going to be glued down to your flower. And this one, excuse me, will be going in between 2 flowers, so you're basically offsetting these as well. And this is going to be a gigantic flower. Like, this is a really wide flower. There's that one. And obviously, now that, you know, this is pretty self-explanatory, the rest is, but let's see. And get a little tricky after you glue these down because these little petals want to go everywhere. And I'm telling you, these are really easy to make. Like once you get the hang of it and you cut out all of your petals, it's super easy and super fast. And actually, I'll show you in a second. I have a box that I've cut up all of my petals that I want to make. And let's see, let me glue this one down really quick. I made this box right here, and it's just full of the petals and the foam circles, and I've kind of placed them kind of in order so that I know, you know, all of the same size are in one spot. The colors are obviously mixed together, but it's easy for me to just grab it and look through it and just grab the petals that I need. Okay, so there's that one, and we have one more to glue. Oh, that's way too much glue. And again, you don't need a lot of glue. Okay, so there's that one. And if you can see, I still have a little hole right there in the center. Okay, so there's my 2 layers. And look at how fluffy that looks. I love this flower. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty and it's so fluffy. So fluffy. I made a couple of them for my daughter and she loves them, but she doesn't want to wear them. She just wants to carry them around and hold them. Okay, so that's this one. So now we're going to add our medium flowers, which is this one here. And for this one, before you start gluing down, because these are going to go kind of in the center, just kind of place them and see if you actually need all 6 of them. Like, I don't know if I'll need 6. I might just need 5. Ooh, that's pretty right there. Yeah, I think I only need 5. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Look at how cute that flower is. If I really wanted to, I can squeeze a 6th one in there. Let's see, should I? You know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna squeeze a 6th one in there. And for this one, because I only have 5 fingers, great. Okay, so once you place them, what I like to do is I'll just kind of pinch them together like this. Like that. And I just add glue, because it's easy. I just add glue all the way to on the bottom. Sorry. Make sure all of your seams are facing out so that when you glue it down, they'll be glued onto the flower. Oh no, I totally missed one. Darn. I totally missed one. Oh well, I guess I'm using 5. Hold on, move over. Can I squeeze that one in? No. Darn it. I totally missed it. How did that happen? Oh well, whatever. It's okay. Okay, so now we have those right there. And you can either just kind of keep fluffing them up and add a little bit more glue there and kind of squeeze this shut so that that's your center and fluff up your flower. Or you can just kind of smush this down and get these little ones and glue them together. And with these, basically you're going to do the same thing that we just did with these 5. These little ones are always harder to fold in thirds. There's one. I think I'm just going to need 3 of them. Okay. Alright, so far so good. I really didn't want this video to be longer than like 15 minutes. Actually, I would have preferred for it to be like 10 minutes, but... Okay. Sorry, you guys are getting close-ups of my dry hands. Okay, so that's my second one right there, and just one more. Okay, so there's that one. Where are my scissors? Oh, I can't find my scissors, they're not here. Okay, so now we have these done, and basically you're going to do the same thing. Make sure the seam is on the outside so that when you glue them down, the seam is glued directly onto the flower underneath it. So hold them, and all of my little bottoms are right there. And just add glue and insert into your center. Again, this is if you don't want to add like a rhinestone or something. So that is your center right there, and that is your flower. Right there. Super cute. And this one, you can see the center better than this one because this fabric is a little bit thicker than this one. This one's very, very flowy. But you can see my center right here. I didn't add the center bit, so I just left that alone. So that's your flower right there. Really easy to make. Oh, and I also used a darker blue, so that's why you can see it more. With these, all of the colors were kind of blending together. And there's this one again. And for this one here, I only used this petal here. This is the only one that I used, excuse me, to make this particular flower. So there you have it. I will be making another tutorial on how I made different flowers. I actually don't have here. I have my lace and linen flower that I absolutely love the way that one came out too. So, oh wait, this one? Oh, this one I didn't finish. Yeah, this one's not finished. So yeah, here are my flowers. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you guys have a great day. Bye!